Here is a important part. Okay, so we'll see. Um, I think you understand what is a data center. Okay, what is server? You understand? I told normally one single server means a server having a processor, RAM, and hard disk. Server operating system installed a server application means hosted applications and services. That is a server. If you have more servers, then keep it into one single rack. That is called a data center, which contains servers, routers, switches, connections, and storage like a SAN and NAS kind of storage. Okay. Now we'll talk about a budget first. So because why I started this data center in a first in a class, okay? Because we have to talk about the cost of these data centers. So we don't know exactly cost because different companies provide a different cost, but mostly it is high cost on. So think like you are using a laptop which is cost around minimum 35,000. Without less than 35,000 you won't get a normal laptop. You got very small kind of stuff for a just for a browsing purpose or just for a video conference or maybe online classes only. But if you need i3 i5 processor, minimum 35, 40, 60, 70, 80,000 laptops also there. Desktop also even it is not less than 30,000. Okay, desktop also not even less than that. Think about a server processor like Xeon processor. If you check the single processor, how much cost of a Xeon processor? So I'm going to close all these things. One second. Okay, the cost of a Xeon processor you can see is a basic starting price. It's around 9,795 for 8 core processor, 2 gigahertz, 20 MB cache memory, E5 family. Okay, so E5. So E5 is with a V4 family. So E5 with the V4 family, V3 family is also there. This is also 8 core, 20 GB. Like this is a 32,599. So it's a processor. So here it is so low capacity means starting prices. Okay, and then we need a motherboard for that one. So compatible motherboard is required. Okay, compatible motherboard is required. Compatible the cabinet processor related the capacity motherboard is required. RAMs are required. Okay, if you go 16 GB RAM, that is almost 6,000. Okay, if you go to 32 GB RAM, then definitely around 10 to 11,000 or 12,000 it will be there. Right. So when you are putting your cost, the cost increases on a single server. So cost of the single server. So you have to consider first cost of a single server. Only hardware I'm telling. Okay. Only telling cost of single server hardware. Okay. But single server is not enough. Single server is not enough. We need a redundancy server. It means backup server is required. So we should add. Okay, we should add. First, we have to take a single server. Single server is not enough. I mean, we should add a backup server compulsory. Then we have to buy a backup server hardware also, right? So you need a server and you need a backup server. Why we need a backup server, guys? Anyone tell why you need a backup server?
Sir, because if the data is lost, so we can recover it from the server backup.
Very good. If in case you lost the data in your main server, or maybe you lost a server, your server is failed, your server is not working, or maybe server is down, main server is down. We need a backup server. Okay, so it's backup server means it support a primary server. So your primary server is down and secondary server will take over. So for mainly load balancing and as well as failover. What is the use? It is a failover. What is a failover? So if main server is failure, so its second one will take over. Okay, we talk about failover cluster, right? If main server is failure, compulsory second one is there. Like active directory, primary domain controller and backup domain controller, DC ADC. So if main domain controller failures, second domain controller take over the service, because at a client side service should not be down. Server may down, but service should not be down. Always remember this, guys. Server can be down. It's an electronic device. We can't say no, no, no. You should not down. It is not written in the book. Okay, it's a rule. Okay, like that you cannot say for the server. It's electronic component. You can say to a person or maybe for your brother or a sister, no, no, you should not fail in the examination. You can say no problem, but you cannot say for a system because it's a hardware component. Okay, electronic component, so it can be fail anytime. So if main server is failure, no problem. We need a backup server, compulsory. Okay, very good. That's a good one. So yeah, that is what I'm expecting. Main server is failures. We need a backup server, or maybe your main hard disk is failure. You need a backup hard disk. Like a backup is important. That backup is data backup. This backup is like a secondary. So first one is primary. This is a backup server. We call it as a secondary server. Secondary server. That is a primary server. This is a secondary, means backup server. Server. I am not just telling about data. Of course, backup is required. As you said, backup storage is required, because if you lost the data, we need a backup. We're adding one by one. So first is single server we think of, but single server is not enough. Like I want to run some application on a server. I got a new project. I want to run on a certain application on a server. Or maybe I need a server, for a particular services purpose, like web server, single web server. It can be failed. I need a secondary. If first one is failure, still I can able to provide a service with the second one. Web server having a data. So I did need a backup storage also, and we need a centralized storage. Why central? We need a centralized storage, like in SRSAN. Why we need an SRSAN? Because I want to store all the data in the central. So then backup server can immediately can give the service and take the data from central only. Because if primary server having a data, backup server don't have a data, then problem. So we need a data inside a central, and everybody can able to store the data. You can upload the data and download the data from the central storage is required. These are additional. My primary requirement is one server, but one server is not enough. Understand, one server is not enough. I need a secondary server for failover, and I need a backup storages location. If in case data may loss, I need a backup. I want to keep the data in a single place, not in a separate servers. So I need a centralized storage, and also centralized storage for storing a huge amount of data. Okay, normal system you have a limited disk space, but central storage we have a maximum storage space is there. Like some are having 4 terabytes, some are maybe 8 terabyte, some are like a 64 terabytes. It depends upon the what kind of NAS and SAN you taken. Okay, centralized storage is required. Okay, up to here it is a server, backup and centralized. Then what are the additional components? What are the additional components required? Power supply required. Again, again data center only it is. And we need a backup power supply required. What we required? We need a power supply to our server, and we for all the components. And backup power supply required. UPS or generators are required. Add those cost. Add those cost into your one single requirement. You need a one single requirement, but what are these things are added? Power supply required. Air cooling system. Again, air cooling come up. Temperature maintenance. Air cooling means it's a temperature maintenance is there, humidity maintenance is there, fire extinguishers are required, physical access protection is there, physical security is required, physical security, physical security is required, network security is required. What are the network security things, guys? What is the network security? Tell me some network security related things, at least one or two. I'm waiting. Network security means uh,
Access to the user.
okay, so user access controlling. Okay, tell me device
Firewalls,
wise. Yeah, firewall. Very good. Yes, firewalls are required. Access control list. Actually,
antivirus, anti-malwares.
yeah, antivirus is required. That is very good. Antivirus and anti malwares, anti these protections, malwares. Very good. Anti malwares, antiviruses. Okay, very good. That is the thing we required. Okay, we have to protect our data center. So we need a from any virus and malwares kind of stuff, spywares, trojans. We have to protect it. We need a firewall to block the network access from outside to inside. Okay, so we have a access control list means only certain group of users can able to access. So you have to control user access kind of stuff or data access control. Who can able to access it? The user like that. So ACL is a only term, but ACL in a file system ACL different and network ACL is different. But in both the ways, access control is that's it. Okay, different other points also there like a checkpoint servers like that. So firewall is the best concept. Firewall. Okay, I'm accepted only one, but you given good points. That is, if you keep on speaking, we will know that is again means you need a one by one thing. Like what data center, not a data center. If I'm understand the point, okay here. So we have to calculate cost and maintenance. Now we can add one more point: cost and maintenance of single server. It become how much cost? I planned only single server, and because of I have a particular service I want to develop, like a web service I want to give. Okay, that time what I am doing. So I want to give a web server. I want to develop a web server and I want to provide a web service. Example is web service. Now single server I planned, but not we need a backup server. If because of main server failure, we need a failover server secondary, and we have to take the backup of it. Always keep the backup. Means you need a backup part. Next, we need to maintain central storage because we want to store all the data into central only. That to NAS kind of storage will we can access from anywhere in a file level. Of course, you have to provide a power supply, backup power supply, air cooling, file extinguisher, like data center. That time I said so many things. You have to provide a physical security like a biometric access, or CC cameras and all. We have to put it. We have to restrict the access. Network security. So if you cannot access physically, you can access through network, right? We can put a who can able to access that file. File level security we have to provide. Okay, file level security. And next, network level security means which network can able to access. User level security. File level security means that is one which user can able to access, or which system means which IP address we can able to access it. Next, firewalls through network. What kind of network? In and out network both, and network both IP address and protocol wise. Next, virus and antivirus kind of stuff is required. Like maybe there is a possibility of virus and anti malwares are there. You have to provide secure our system with this kind of stuff. Protect your system with anti malware. So then ransomware become more dangerous than anything nowadays. Okay, not only for organization level, normal systems also getting checkpoint servers also work like a firewall things. Okay, if you write or not, this is okay. No. Now tell me, some more things are here. One more is here because this is a cost and come to maintenance. Who are required? System administrators are required. Not only account name is system administrator. Administrators, system administrators are required. Network administrators are required. Right? We need a person who will maintain system admin. System administration related person, network administrator related person, security, cyber security person is also required, right? We have to protect our system from the cyber attacks. Okay, maintaining firewall checkpoints and all. So we need a cyber security person is required. Desktop support person means hardware engineer is also required, or server engineer. Desktop support, or so many names are there. Server engineer, network engineer, different organization having a different names. Server engineer, network engineer, application engineer, engineering training, a lot of things. So I'm going with comma dot 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 dot. Okay. So people should maintain this one. Now calculate the cost of all these things. Understand, guys? You got the point. What I plan? Single server. For example, web server. For one single web server, what are the additional cost and additional maintenance cost is adding like this. Check it once and try. Will be one just a minute. Full speaker. Uh, do you understand this point? For single server, how much additional we required? Same thing for a single data center. So this is normally we are. So I planned for a data center means that is not enough. Maybe I need more data center for all protection means. Okay, if you are keeping one data center also, so this is are necessary, but additional cost. Think about additional cost. Okay, geo replications required. Okay, now my organization is very limited organization, very small organization, so I cannot afford all this much of cost. I can't call a person like a system admin, network admin, and junior network admin, senior network administrator. Okay, then give the entire infrastructure on them. Okay, so I have to invest lot of cost on it, infrastructure. I have to invest a lot of cost on my infrastructure. These are all infrastructure. That is what I'm trying to tell from since morning. These are all infrastructure requirements. I can't offer this much of cost. Maybe if I offered, my project, whatever the project I'm doing, for example, web server, that is not generating money. So it is a simple question. If you are investing some money on a business, what is your expectation? Do you feel like you need experience? That's why you are investing money on it, like stock brokeraging. Like no, no, you want to learn the stock brokerage. Okay, take a 10 lakh rupees, invest on a stocks. You lost. It's okay. I learn lesson. Can you say that one? Maybe you lost a 10 rupees or 100,000 rupees. So okay, 1,000 rupees also okay. 2,000 rupees okay. If you have a money, you take 10 lakhs and you invest in a stock brokerage, and you nothing you got return. So do you say it's okay? Can you say like that? Okay, I done this sacrifice. You should do sacrifice for a stock marketing. Someone's benefit. No one is say everything is
No,
okay with investing
no,
money.
sir.
Huh? It's okay, no problem. We'll give you 10,000 rupees or 1 lakh rupees, 10 lakhs rupees. It's okay, take it money. This is currently, if you ask any government people, like they are saying like no, so we have to do sacrifice. Okay, yeah, we are doing sacrifice. We're consistently doing sacrifice for greater good. Okay, so this is what our point saying, trying to say is if I'm investing certain money on my infrastructure, I what I expected return value. What I expected, I expected return value. Value can be two ways. Okay, one is cost. Return of cost means like money, and the second one, what is the return value? Means I invested 10 lakh rupees. I want something around with the profit, like at least if I got 11 lakhs, okay, I will say I don't get a loss and I got a 1 lakh extra. So what is I get a return? Return of cost is required. Return of cost is required, and the return of business. I don't know spelling account. Okay, so because I don't do business, return of business, business value. What is the business value? The company give another project because you are giving very good services. So then you will get a lot of project. Like it depends upon your organization. Some companies won't get a. Some are like if you see some are startup companies only, but I don't know. Correct only. I thought it is wrong. Okay, so the cost return of business. I need. I will get another business for that one. Okay, or more profit means like trust. Because of if you are constantly giving without downtime, you are giving a business means you will get a lot of business from the organization, right? You will get a business from different organizations. You will get trusted and you will get a lot of clients. So then you can, so then you got a lot of projects that will give you money. That by that one you will get a money. So then you can maintain your infrastructure. Okay, but still it the lot of cost on you, lot of cost on you. So then we can't investment, so you have to invest, you have to take the loan from the bank, or you have to put your money on the infrastructure, but you are not getting that much of business now. So you have to wait till you will get a business. Meantime the cost also increases, right? Because electronic components never give you any return value. For example, I have a laptop. I purchased a laptop. Okay, so actually my sister purchased a laptop. The laptop cost is 50,000. That time means it's a old days. So around 5 6 years back or 7 years back, this is the laptop. So that time only it's a 50,000. And now I'm not getting this model, same configuration I'm not getting. Only two things should be changed. The remaining it's okay. Two three things required. Like a processor should be new generation. RAM should be minimum 8. So then I will add another 8. At least I need a 16. Minimum is 16. Okay, and I need a 1 terabyte hard disk and graphic card at least 2 GB. But it is not yet. Touchscreen is there. I need touchscreen. I like touchscreen. Okay, so we are not getting it. So this is not giving any money. But using a laptop, I'm doing business, right? I'm giving a lecture. I'm carrying this one. I'm storing a data. I'm browsing the things. I'm learning things. I'm teaching things, right? So that is what is a return. So electronic component won't give you any business. Like you buy a land, so you can sell the land. If you buy a gold, you can sell the gold. But electronic component, you buy a refrigerator, you sell the refrigerator, you won't get money. Okay, you buy a computer or a TV and 1 lakh TV. If you sell it, you will get a less than that one. So you are not getting um, equal or a more return value than your investment, right? So, so that's what a point it is. That is the main thing, right? So return value will reduce. So then because of your investigation. But next, why we need to put a more money on this infrastructure because of failure, even though you are maintaining accurately. So I didn't add few more points here. Okay, what we requirement is like other things also required, routers and switches. Public IP address is also required because you have to connect outside. Public IP addresses requirement is there. Even though you are maintaining all these things, but still there is a possibility of failure is there. Leased lines, network purpose. Leased lines means network purpose. There is a downtime, right? There is a fear of downtime. One is investment and fear of return value. Another one is maintaining uptime 100% is very difficult. What are the difficulties you are facing? Investment, money investment, cost investment. That is a challenge. What are the challenges? Cost investment on infrastructure. What is the spelling? Have to join in a school again. Person never study. Really? First I thought this one only. Sure. I got thought. It's correct only, right? CRUC. Okay. Cost investment on infrastructure and maintenance of infrastructure. Okay. Infrastructure services, right? Information system infrastructure services. Cost investment on infrastructure. Maintenance of infrastructure. Okay. Maintenance. So that is include everything, but I'm writing in a separate way. What is that one? Maintaining maintaining 100% uptime. Maintaining 100% uptime. It means 0% downtime. Okay, maintaining 100% uptime, it means 0% downtime is very challenging. Very challenging. I'm not saying impossible or difficult and all. It is a challenging thing. Okay, always make sure that your infrastructure must be up and running. So you have to maintain the service constant and without down we can able to produce. So what is the ultimate goal of IT company? So normally development IT development company, what is the ultimate goal? To provide a application or a service to the client, right? What is the goal of IT development company, development or a service provider company? Because IT is a whole. IT is an organization. IT is a complete thing. Like so, one is like a infrastructure related thing, or maybe providing infrastructure services or cloud services, or application services and all. So, what is the goal of IT development and IT service organizations? Okay, IT service organizations goal of organization is provide a service to the customer, right? It is provide service to provide a service to the customer. Okay, so provide a service to customer. What kind of services? So maybe a application, okay, or maybe a web application, developing an application, or maybe deployment of application or service application service related things. So many are there. So I'm not typing now. So different type of provide service to the customers. That is the goal, right? You have to give a service to the customer. Guys, this is also important, not the stories, because I will mix up everything into different parts. This is currently cloud only, but I will try to understand. So whatever the infrastructure you are maintaining, that is not up to it. What is the service you are providing to the customer, and the service must be 100% uptime, and they can easily we can able to deliver to the customer. So what is the goal here? So whatever it is you are developing, whatever you are doing the services, you should give the service 100% uptime and deliver. What I'm typing. Uh, Something happened to my fingers. Yeah, typing. Only. Okay. Deliver the service to the customer easily. So this is the what my IT company is providing, right? So 100% uptime services I want to give. Next, deliver the service to the customer easy. That is important. What infrastructure you have, that is customer don't worry about it. If you say I have 100 data centers are there, I have a high speed fiber optical network is there, whatever you say, am I getting a service or not? Is it right? For example, uh, Andhra bank or maybe any local bank, you have a in Pune we have Saraswat bank is there. Saraswat bank, it's a local bank, right? SBA national bank, ICICI international bank, Axis international bank. Okay, so I have international banks and national banks and state local banks also there. For example, just for example, local banks don't have more infrastructure, but if they're giving money, so for example, compared to SBA, Grameen banks are there. No, the Grameen banks can give you high amount of money immediately. So, like you want 5 lakhs withdrawn from Grameen Bank, you can go and take it. If in case in your account you have something around 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs is there, you want something around 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs, you can withdraw in the same day. SBA also will ask a certain time. Okay, until unless you are a business account or a current account person, normal saving account person cannot withdraw 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs from small branches like small SBI or ICICI banks also. But Grameen's bank can able to give. It's just a small banks which is having very less infrastructure, less security. Okay, so sometimes it is. I'm not saying always is a smaller is better. I'm not saying that one. But see, whatever the infrastructure company having, but important thing is the customer getting the service or not? Okay, so that is important, right? So this is very good information for two things. One is for cloud, another for ITL. Okay, so that's why I'm telling these stories. Understand organization and infrastructure. If you understand, you will understand so many things related to our concepts. Okay, so these become a challenges. Then what is the solution for all these things? What is the solution for all these things? So your investment is become increases. We don't know whether we will get a cost of investment will return enough cost of investment, we will get it or not, business we will get it or not, we don't know that one. So still it is challenging. Cost investment on infrastructure, maintenance of infrastructure, maintaining 100% uptime and 0% downtime, and service must be 100% uptime and easy to deliver to the customer. Service must be 100% uptime and so deliver to the customer 100% easily. So this is a challenges of your regular IT organizations. So what is the solution is nothing but cloud. Okay, cloud, cloud computing. Cloud is a solution for all these kind of. So cloud into the picture now, right? The cloud came to the picture in these services. In the cloud, you no need to maintain any infrastructure. Cloud people, the people who are maintaining the cloud, they will maintain the infrastructure. They maintain these data centers. Okay, people who maintaining the cloud, those people will maintain the infrastructure. For example, Microsoft has a cloud infrastructure, means they have a data centers, they have a virtualization platforms, they have a servers, they have a licenses, they have a firewalls, they have a AC system, power supply system, everything infrastructure maintained by them only. Only thing is you have to access through the network from anywhere. You can able to access the cloud service there. So that is also one challenge here, so you can include that challenges here. So this is the hardware part. Now also we have a server licenses. If you are having a server, then you must take a license, right? Server license also you have to take it, and you can't access your infrastructure everywhere, so then you need a VPN server for that one. Sometimes you may need a VPN server also. Okay, but in a cloud you don't require anything. I can maintain my infrastructure, means my application or my deployment or my service from my home, from my office, from my outside. Like I went to outside in a for example cafe. I went there, I just connect the internet and connected to cloud, so this will get it. So what we required access to the cloud is internet only. If you have internet, you can access your cloud and you can access your infrastructure. So you can pay for infrastructure anyway. No one will give you everything free, but Just you have to pay. For example, I got a project for a 6 months, 6 months project. I got a 6 months project. For 6 months, if I invest on a infrastructure purchasing, okay, if I invest on a infrastructure purchasing, after 6 months, I may not have a project. Understand? I got a project, new project. Now I purchase infrastructure. Now after 6 months, I may not have another project to use my infrastructure, utilize my infrastructure. So then what will happen? The cost investment on our infrastructure become waste. So what I do, I will go to the cloud. I will take the infrastructure what I requirement. I utilize for a 6 months. After 6 months, you can unsubscribe it. You can unsubscribe it. Cloud is like a subscription model. What is the cloud? It's like a subscription model only. For example, you need a landline for a certain work. For example, you need a landline for a certain work. What you will do? You don't buy a telecom company, right? What you will do? You'll apply a telecom company. I need a postpaid connection, right? You need a postpaid connection. You are apply for a postpaid connection, and you get a postpaid connection or mobile connection or landline connection. Use for how many days you want to use it. Pay for using. Just pay for using. Then disconnect after using. Like after 6 months. No, no, I don't want now. The connection is not required now. I will disconnect it now. You can do it, right? So I'm not doing it, okay, because I have a another phone number with Vodafone. I'm not at all using because I'm very lazy. I have to spend at least 1 month in Hyderabad to disconnect it because of our companies is like that. They don't disconnect it. Ah, okay. So the solution for maintaining, investing cost on your infrastructures, like buying a servers, buying a server licenses, means server operating system licenses, or switches, routers, public IP addresses, leased lines, VPN servers, power supply, backup power supply, backup storage, centralized storages, and security, physical and network security. So these are all belongs to burden on a small organization to big organization also. So what is the solution is cloud. Cloud is a subscription based service. What service you want it, you have to pay for the service and access the services. And once your requirement is completed, you can unsubscribe it. How many days or how many months or years you want to use it, you have to pay as according to your service utilizations. Different services are provided by cloud. One is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Infrastructure as a service means you are accessing infrastructure. For example, I need a two virtual machines, so I will get a two virtual machines from directly cloud. Okay, so that is infrastructure as a service. For example, I need a 4 GB 4 CPUs, 4 core CPU, and 8 GB RAM, 2 terabyte of hard disk. Directly I will pay for that one. I will get that virtual machine. I can access that virtual machine from anywhere, so no need of dedicated PCs are required. Okay, and it is highly secured. The security will be maintained by cloud. Physical security, network security will be maintained by your cloud. The server licensing, server management, hardware server management, backup storages, central storages, everything will be maintained by cloud people only. So they have the already infrastructure is there. So why we should buy infrastructure for ourselves? Very simply, you can buy the internet connection. Through internet you can access our infrastructure from anywhere, the required infrastructure. Just you have to pay for what you are utilizing, and you need to maintain for permanently also. Once you buy, you need to maintain permanently. So you have to pay as long as you are using it. That's it. No permanent purchasing here. Next, platform as a service. For example, I want to develop a database. I want to develop a database. I have a tables database is there. Now I need a server. Then in a server I will install a Oracle database or a MySQL or Oracle SQL or a MySQL or a SQL server installation in one PC. Okay, and then I have to maintain the backup for that one. Again, I maintain all the things. Again, cost will adding up. The cost is getting adding up. So I will go to the platform as a service like a Oracle 12c, Oracle 18c. So go to Oracle website, go to Oracle Cloud Services, then just create your account, pay for your how much data you are putting there. So based on the storage space and account for account, and you have to like 1 GB 2 GB data. So based on that you have to pay for that one, and create your tables. Anywhere you can able to access, anywhere you can able to monitor what is going on with your database. Azure, my MSSQL, okay, MySQL, AWS MySQL, Oracle database. AWS also providing that one. Software as a services. We are using a Google Docs. The Google Docs is nothing but a software as a services. Office 365, I'm using Office 365. That is a software as a services. So you need to buy a software and run the software on your system. For example, you are using a low end system but software required more resources, you cannot able to offer. No problem, you can access the software, your software, from anywhere. Through browser also you can access your MS Office, like a Office Online is there. Docs, Google Docs, you can access your documents from anywhere, including mobile phone, tablets, system, right? So that is called a software as a services. But here in a cloud, different type of service providers are there. These are the services of a cloud, and different type of service providers also there. One is public public service providers, public cloud service provider like AWS, Azure. They're all maintaining infrastructure. They are maintaining infrastructure, and we are accessing the infrastructure. Anybody, either by individual person or organization wise, also we can use public uh, cloud services. We can use public cloud services. Public does not mean free, guys. Remember, public does not mean free. Google is providing a limited services freely. Does not mean Google is completely free. The 15 GB is a limitation is there, na, right? So all Google services not free. You have to pay for certain services also. Like YouTube is a one of the streaming services, and we are using freely, and also there is a subscription plan is also there. Understand? Public service. Next, private. What is a private cloud computing? So private means organization maintain a infrastructure, and it provide a cloud services to the organization people purpose only. It means, for example, I am a company, so I started a company, Latif Tech Solutions. Latif Tech Solutions. I have a huge infrastructure. Now I virtualize entire infrastructure and make that one as a cloud computing. So I utilize for my organization need purpose only, not for other organizations. Maybe for my clients, my specific organized clients only, not for anybody. No one will access my infrastructure until unless I will give the infrastructure to them. Okay, so that is a private cloud. It's a single tenant type. Next is hybrid. What is a hybrid cloud? It's a combination of public and private cloud. I have my own private cloud. I have my own private cloud, but I got a new project which required more infrastructure. So I cannot increase my infrastructure currently for a few days. I can't increase my infrastructure. So what I do, I will utilize public for a certain period of time. Maybe I will combine my public cloud and private cloud. So I utilize for my project. So then I will get a more infrastructure for to complete that project. Okay. This is a cloud is there. Okay. Community cloud actually it is. Again, we have to check it. What is a community cloud? So this is a community cloud. Okay. Co- Collaborate effect which infrastructure shared between several organizations from specific community with a common concern whether managed internally or third party hosted internal and external. You can type it if you have a doubt. I got only one doubt, that is 2 M's or 1 M. What is a community cloud? Combination of multiple organizations. Example, railways. Railway, the IRCTC website. So it's a combination of your IRCT is a government related organization. Still, I think so. And TCS is a private organization. There are two organizations. One is a government organization, another is a private organization. Different organizations, but single purpose only. Both combinedly, single purpose is maintaining IRCT website, reservation system, ticketing system is that one, right? So that is a one example. IRCTC website, railway plus TCS, Tata Consulting Services. Okay, like that. If two three organizations combinedly there are putting like a Hero Honda. Hero is one organization, Honda is a different organization, but both combinedly releasing one single bike, right? Maruti Suzuki, okay, like this. So these are different organizations working for a same project or a same purpose. So that is a community cloud. So community cloud is little bit part, okay, but there's mainly three clouds: public, private, hybrid. Then community cloud. Plus community cloud is the extra one. Okay. So what are the benefits of using cloud computing that we are already discussed? Okay. So I said half an hour, but I took a 1 hour. Almost now it is 2 o'clock. No problem, guys. So that is it.